Hi everyone, and welcome to Trim and Healthy Mama Monday, a Clear Cookie Crumb fun. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Trim Healthy Mama and grace. We all could use some grace in our lives, so let's have a little devotion about Trim Healthy Mama and some grace, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everyone to my channel. I am Claire and this is Cookie Crumb Fun. If you're new here, I am so glad that you've joined us. We do a lot of videos on Trim Healthy Mama. I'm starting to do more on homeschool. I am a mom of 7 children. We are a large family. I'm starting to share more tips for big families, for large family living, little things to save money here and there. And I just recently shared a bunch of videos on budget-friendly meals for Trim Healthy Mama. So if you're here for Trim Healthy Mama, make sure you check those out. I'll make sure that there's an iCard above for that. And as a disclaimer, I want you all to know that I am not the perfect Trim Healthy Mama. I have my faults in Trim Healthy Mama. I have my downfalls with it. Just this last week has been a rough week, and I ate off plan a whole bunch, and it's been a very emotional, stressful past couple of weeks, actually, I would have to be honest with you, and I've eaten off plan a lot. And I'm not proud of it, but I gave myself grace. And that is why I'm talking about it today, because I needed some grace. I need to not beat myself up, right? Because I ate the bun with the hamburger. I didn't need to beat myself up because I ate the graham crackers, or what are those things? Those cookie cracker things that my kids had, you know? I am not going to, my life is not over because I cheated, and neither is yours. It's not the end of the world that we cheated, right? So anyway, that's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm totally going into it just now. But if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe so you can come back and see the other videos and be notified as to when I have them. And if you're returning, I'm so glad that you came back. And please, ladies, comment in the comments below. You know, go ahead and talk about our struggle, each other's struggles and successes, so that we can rejoice with each other and encourage each other. Because I've always wanted other moms, no matter what diet you're on, I would love for you to encourage each other. Share recipes, share ideas, share tips and tricks that work for you and your lifestyle and your family, all right? But I talk about Trim Healthy Mama because that's the way we eat. It's low carb, low sugar, and if you eat in any ways like that, go ahead and share things below, all right? So I'm going to get right into Trim Healthy Mama and grace. Now, I want to give credit to who credit is due here with this grace thing. Back when we lived in New York, I still follow her. You know, we all know Jamarelle Stewart, okay? The Encouraging Homeschool Mom, freehomeschooldeals.com, and Jamarelle's Large Family Table, right? She is an encourager, is she not? And everybody loves watching her family videos, her vlogs, her weekly updates, and her large family cooking. Everything that she does is amazing, and she's just so calm, and she's so encouraging. And I always tell her how encouraging she is to me. It's like, I wish that you could just, like, you know, be in my room when I get up in the morning so that you're there to say, Claire, you can face this day, you can do it, type of thing, right? But she is the one who talked about grace and mamas. There were some videos that she went shopping with her daughter, and the daughter asked for something, and she's like, well, you know, not today. And then I made a comment, and like, I really enjoyed, you know, I learned from her how you commented to your daughter. You know, you answered back to her as to say no. You're not just saying, no, you can't have that, you know, in a mean way. You were like, well, just not today. This is not a good week to do that. Because, you know, honestly, if you have a busy week and you work as hard as she does, or you work outside the home and you have these different jobs that you need to do, there's going to be a time where you're going to be able to do, give yourself more grace, or, you know, say yes to that question that the daughter has or the son has. So I was really encouraged by that. And from there is she's like, you got to give myself some grace. Is what she was saying. I gave myself some grace. And I started thinking, I'm like, that's what I need to do. I need to give myself some grace. So the past few years, that's what I've been doing. I don't look at it as a failure, and I don't look at it as a discouragement, but I'm like, you know what? I need to give myself some grace, because I'm not going to be perfect all the time on Trim Healthy Mama. I'm not going to always, you know, I might mess up my meal. Even after 3 years of being on plan and losing the weight that we lost, I still gained some back from stress. You know, I know I mentioned a lot. It's not California's fault that I gained 25 pounds back. It's not California's fault that, that happened. It's my fault. I went through a depression and I got sad and I ate anything that I wanted to eat, But for the most part right now, I need to go back to the grace thing. And I think we all do. So let's just get into this, right? We need to give ourselves more grace. We need to give it to us whenever we need it. We don't need to beat ourselves up because we ate the candy bar, or if there's leftover Easter candy in our kids' baskets, and you have that sweet tooth craving, that you want something sweet, and you take their Reese's or you eat their jelly beans. Don't knock yourself down because of that. Give yourself some grace. You're not going to gain 10 pounds because you ate a Reese's peanut butter cup. All right? You're not going to gain 5 pounds because you ate the bun with your burger at whatever restaurant you went to. All right? It's not going to happen. If you drink that Diet Coke or you drink your regular Coke, you're not going to gain 5 or 10 pounds back. Now, you might not lose weight a whole lot that week. You might be discouraged, but you need to look at it and say, you know what? I need to give myself some grace. And that's what we need to do. And that's what we're going to talk about. So what is grace? I have notes here. I spent some time last week and I looked up verses and I prayed about this. And I'm like, you know what? I need to give myself some grace. There's got to be ladies out there watching that need to give themselves some grace also. So what is grace? Grace is disposition to, or an act or instance of kindness, a courtesy or clemency, all right? A courtesy to yourselves. That's what I was saying earlier. Like if you eat the bun with your burger and you forget to ask for a bunless, you go to Red Robin, you go to In-N-Out Burger, and you get that double cheeseburger with bacon and guacamole, but you forget, you're like, oh, they don't have bunless burgers, wrapped in lettuce or whatever the issue is. Or you eat the fries, you drink the soda, you eat the ice cream, whatever it is. Give yourself some grace. Don't beat yourself over it. Don't think that it's over and you've gained 20 pounds. It's not going to happen. You're not going to gain 5 pounds because you ate a Hershey bar. Trust me. You're not going to gain 5 pounds because you went down to Dairy Queen on that super 100-degree day and you needed something to cool off. Or if you, ladies, that time of the month and you have your cravings, you know what? Give yourself some grace. Now, plan ahead and make some things. All right, I've made a few videos about planning ahead, and that's when you need to plan ahead because you're going to have those cravings each month. But we don't know when stress is going to happen in our lives. We don't know that illness or death may happen in our lives, and that is going to cause us to eat off plan, most definitely. And you need to give yourself some grace. All right, now I have 2 Bible verses that I want to read. Hebrews is the first verse that I wanted to read to you. Hebrews 4:16. This is also our school verse. I picked a verse for our school, and Hebrews 4:16 is our school verse. All right, here it is, 4:16. I'm going to read it to you. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. All right, if we've had a sudden illness, whether in ourselves or a loved one, it's a sudden time of grace, right? To obtain mercy, and find grace to help in time of need. That's a time of need. We need some grace. Or if our parent is on the verge of maybe passing away because of some sort of illness, or a loved one, a grandparent, and we even have children who are ill, this is when we need to give ourselves some grace. All right, we need to go to God and say, God, please help me accept this grace. Help me to give myself this grace. Please provide this grace to me, right? So that is Hebrews 4:16. And my next verse that I want to share with you is Isaiah 40:31. And it says this, and this is a very familiar verse with a lot of people. I'm sure as I start reading this, you probably could even quote it. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And this verse does not necessarily mention grace, but it's shouting grace, isn't it? All right. You wait upon the Lord. You shall renew your strength, right? Your strength to say no to those temptations of food, right? To those cravings that we have. And you're going to mount up with wings as eagles. You should run and not be weary. You should walk and not faint. All right, let me just put the Bible down there. We can use those verses to go to encourage us when we're having those rough moments. I wish that I was smarter in the last couple of weeks and gave myself a little bit more grace. I didn't give myself grace during the stress and I was having a little bit of homesickness that I was experiencing, but afterwards, I realized, I'm like, you know what? Now I'm going to realize I need to give myself some grace. And I just wish I was smart enough to have seen it while I was going through it a couple weeks ago. But I see it now. And I am now giving myself grace for eating the foods that I should not have eaten. And so when I step on the scale and I see that it didn't go down, but it went up, that's why grace. It's okay. It's not going to go down every single time, right? So on the days that we might fail, we need to give ourselves some grace. I failed the last couple weeks. I have not lost weight in probably 3 weeks. And a lot of it has to do with the stress that I've been encountering. And it's not stress that other people are giving me. It's stress that I'm giving myself because I've been homesick for New York for friends lately. And I am away from my family. And my family all live in New York. All my friends live in New York or Indiana or like far away from me. There is no one that I can just run to and say, I'm having a rough day. I need some encouragement. Let's go out for coffee. Let's go sit by at a park with a water bottle. I don't have anybody nearby that I can do that with. So, I got to get myself lifted up in other ways. And now I'm seeing that it's grace and the Lord that I need to help with that, So it's not because I have no self-control. All right. Now there are times that we don't have self-control. Okay. But sometimes you just got to give yourself some grace. It's not always self-control's fault. There are times where you can't eat anything else. All right. Have you ever been invited over to somebody's house for dinner and everything was off plan? That has nothing to do with self-control. That is out of your control. You need to give yourself some grace and just eat the food, right? Because it's better to eat off plan than it is to not eat at all. All right. Well, that's for Trim Healthy Mama. And also, don't beat yourself over the failures or lack of success. Give yourself some grace. I mentioned earlier, you just don't beat yourself down because you ate that candy bar. Don't beat yourself down because it was so hot and it was such a stressful day and you're like, I need to go to 7-Eleven and get that Slurpee. All right? When I was pregnant with my children, I survived on Twizzlers, Rolos, and Slurpees. Oh my word, that's why I need a Trim Healthy Mama from all that weight that I gained with all that nasty food I put in my body. But, you got to give yourself some grace. I need grace right now. I need to give myself grace because it's not because of self-control. It's because of sadness and sorrow. I didn't have anybody die. I don't have any major illnesses. The Lord has given me, I feel like I'm going to cry right now talking about this. The Lord has given me things in my life that I hope that one day I can turn it around and share it with others so that I can encourage them if they ever go through it one day. My testimony about moving out here and my testimony of when we first lived out here and that stress that I went under and the discouragement and the depression, I push away, this last time I pushed away a friend because we don't get to talk. We're both moms with lots of kids and we never get to talk, face to face because she lives in another state. But you know what? I should never have pushed her away. And I apologized to her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I just didn't talk to you when I needed to talk to somebody right now, But anyway, I need to give myself some grace. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm giving myself grace. And yesterday was Mother's Day. Not everybody's going to give you a sugar-free Trim Healthy Mama dessert. Not everyone's going to give you something that you need on your diet plan, right? For Trim Healthy Mama. So you're going to end up, someone might make you a chocolate cake that's not Trim Healthy Mama friendly. Give yourself some grace. It's Mother's Day. It's a sign of love. Just eat it, enjoy it, and don't enjoy if you feel sick afterwards. It'll still be worth it because the love that you showed at that person by accepting it, and then you just give yourself some grace and the Lord will reward you for that also. All right. So don't beat yourself over eating off plan or having no success. Like the last 3 weeks of me not losing weight, but gaining, what I'll do is I'll gain a little bit of weight each day and then lose it. And then by the end of the week, I kind of like it evens out, but also it's all within, like all that weight that I lost on my fuel cycle, it's back. But that fuel cycle was important because I opened my eyes to a lot of things. But I'll put an iCard above to my fuel cycle video because I learned so much. And I am implementing the things that I learned, but not while I've been under some stress and this little bit of depression again. So anyway, When we're going to have we are going to have tough days. That's what I wrote down. Grace. Everyone needs to just write down the word grace and put it in your kitchen, put it in your car, put it in the mirror in the bathroom while you're getting ready, put it on your dresser, put it on your bed so that when you go to bed, you can say, don't beat yourself over eating off plan today. Give yourself some grace. And that's what we need. We just need to say, it's okay. Life is not over. Don't beat yourself up over it, okay? We are going to eat off plan. Give yourself grace. There's going to be days that are going to be so hard to do it right and to do it and follow Trim Healthy Mama. Vacations, going to friends' houses, holidays, family get-togethers this summer. Give yourself some grace because you're not going to gain 5 pounds by eating the potato salad, or eating the bun. But at picnics, it's pretty easy to not take the bun, right? You just take the hot dog hamburger off of it or whatever. But, when you're going out to eat, somebody takes you out to eat, somebody has you over for dinner, give yourself some grace. And if you pray and ask the Lord to help you through all of this, to encourage you, then it's going to be even stronger grace that you're going to be giving yourself, right? So remember, grace is the act or instance of kindness, courtesy, okay? Have a courtesy to yourself. Give yourself a courtesy of grace. Give yourself some kindness and some love and tell yourself, you know what? It's okay that I didn't eat on plan. It's okay that I'm going through a really rough time. You might have a hard time with finances or something right now. Maybe someone's lost a job. Maybe you were fired. Maybe you're getting less pay at work or something. Then you're going to need to give yourself some grace when it comes to food, because not everybody is going to be able, your finances might be so low that you're not going to be able to afford some of the foods that you could afford before, and you're going to have to figure out how to tweak it all to eat on plan. Give yourself some grace. There was a time where we really didn't have a whole lot of money to buy food, and we went to a food bank, and this was years ago, and our kids were small, and it helped us when we needed to. But there were a few weeks that I kind of didn't eat on plan, because you don't get fresh fruit and vegetables, and you don't get glucose and Truvia from a food bank. You get some bread, you get pasta, you get spaghetti sauce, you get boxed meals. It's the non-perishable foods. But you know what? I was okay with it because I knew that God knew where we were going to be right there. And I knew that God provided that food so my family had food. Whether it was junky cereals or macaroni and cheese from a box, I had to give myself some grace because my family needed food more than they needed to not have food. And at that time, God provided from a friend later on too, because the food bank only gave you so much. And then we got some from a friend donated to us, and then things got better. And, the finances came in because it was a really tough time. It really, really, really was a tough time. But God took care of us, and we had food. And we didn't go hungry through that time. That's the thing too. We didn't go hungry. We ate through our pantry for a while, just a few days until everything was gone. And then the Lord provided the food bank, the food from the food bank, and then food from a friend. They're like, we just went to grocery shop, and this is a perfect time for us to give you stuff, So it was a huge blessing that the Lord provided. And it's one of those times you got to give yourself some grace, because you're not going to always have the food that you think that you need to eat on plan. You're going to have, I use the word stress. You're going to have that. You're going to have stress, discouragements. You're going to have bad days. Give yourself some grace. Don't forget that the Lord is there for you, Come boldly unto the throne of grace that we may obtain mercy, right? In the time of need. That's when we need it. And God is there to give it to us if we go to God and ask for it, all right? Like I read in the verse, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Have God alongside of you through all of this. Put him first. And he's going to give you that grace. He's going to give you the success you want with Trim Healthy Mama also. So I hope that this little encouragement devotional for Trim Healthy Mama this week has been helpful to you. If it is helpful to you, I would love for you to share it on social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, through word of mouth, to get the videos out there so that they can touch people's lives and they can help people and encourage them on Trim Healthy Mama. So if you're on Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus, or I don't know what the names of some of those things are, I do Facebook, and Instagram. I love Instagram. But anyway, share it. And if it was a blessing to you, go ahead and share it. And please come back next week for more Trim Healthy Mama and other things throughout the week. And I hope that each of you can give yourself some grace this week. If you are successful and you've had a great week and lost weight, go ahead and share it below so that we can rejoice with you, because I'm not going to be jealous of you. I'm going to be happy because you didn't have to go through what I just had to go through. I'm going to be excited for you that you didn't have a stressful week and you didn't have to eat the bunnies, the graham cracker bunnies or the bun on the hamburger. Like when we went to the beach a couple weeks ago, I was like, forget it. I ate Oreos. I'm having a family fun day. I ate Oreos. I ate chewy chocolate chip cookies. And then I drank soda, which did not taste good. That was weird. The cookies tasted good, but the soda, when we went to In-N-Out Burger, that was like, soda, I can't tolerate soda anymore, which is good, right? Yes, victory there. But I ate the bun on the burger on my double-double. I'm like, I don't care. So I hope this video was an encouragement to you. And go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment below about your successes and things that you could use some prayer for. We can pray for each other. And until next time, I'll see you with a brand new video. So be a blessing.